Science News, Top Books of 2025. A Year in Review. Science News has released its list of standout books from 2025 with a clear trend. Science intersects with the most urgent issues of our time. The selected titles explore addiction, trauma, historical injustice, ecological restoration, and the ethics of technological ambition. This year's picks demonstrate that science isn't just about discoveries in labs. It's deeply intertwined with societal problems and power dynamics. Unmasking systemic failures, several books expose how systems, whether medical, social, or political, fail individuals. Rehab by Shoshana Walter investigates unethical practices in U.S. drug treatment centers, highlighting how barriers to access impede recovery. The book doesn't just document individual stories, it exposes systemic issues in the addiction treatment industry. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green argues that social injustice sustains one of the world's deadliest diseases, even though treatments exist. This isn't a medical failure alone, but a failure of equity. The long shadow of trauma and history, the impact of historical trauma, is another key theme. Shadows into Light by Teresa S. Betancourt follows children forced to fight in Sierra Leone's civil war, revealing the long-term psychological effects. The book underscores that trauma isn't just an individual experience, it has generational consequences. Black Religion in the Madhouse by Judith Weisenfeld uncovers how racist views pathologized Black religious practices in the early days of psychiatry. This historical injustice shaped the field itself, demonstrating how power structures can distort science. Curiosity, ethics, and the future, the role of basic science, and its ethical implications also emerge as critical themes. The Salmon Cannon and the Levitating Frog by Carly Ann York champions curiosity-driven research, arguing that even seemingly impractical studies can yield unexpected benefits. Meanwhile, More Everything Forever by Adam Becker critiques the techno-utopian visions of billionaires pushing AI-driven space colonization, calling the idea implausible and ethically questionable. The book questions whether unchecked technological ambition is inherently good. Restoration, tension, and unintended consequences. Finally, the list includes stories of ecological restoration and unexpected human-wildlife conflict. The Water Remembers by Amy Bowers Cordalis recounts the indigenous-led effort to remove dams from the Klamath River, one of the largest such projects ever undertaken. A Year with the Seals by Alex Morris explores how rebounding seal populations spark tension in coastal communities, demonstrating that conservation isn't always straightforward. The Ghosts of Mars and Kodak's hidden role rounding out the list. The Martians by David Barron retraces the history of the canals on Mars, craze, revealing how early speculation shaped astronomy. Tales of Militant Chemistry by Alice Lovejoy uncovers Kodak's support for U.S. weapons manufacturing during both world wars, including its role in creating the first atomic bombs. The book shows how a consumer brand was deeply involved in wartime production. These books collectively illustrate that science is rarely neutral. It's shaped by power, history, ethics, and the complex interplay between human ambition and ecological reality. The selections serve as a reminder that scientific inquiry should be scrutinized not just for its discoveries, but for its broader implications.